Biorhythms. Biorhythms are quite complex, but essentially it's about the synchronized heartbeats and natural rhythms of a mother and later on father or parent. Like sleep and awake states and hormones like oxytocin and melatonin too. The baby is essentially responding to the cycles of the parent and vice versa. So, an interesting fact to note too is that caring for a newborn actually changes parents' brains. As parents gaze at their newborn, talk gently, use soft, higher pitched voices, and are positive, warm, and encouraging, their brain's grey matter or cell bodies actually grow in the emotion and thought regions that support parenting behaviors. Amazing. So, taking time to be aware of and nourish this connection is vital for both parent and baby to feel attuned to each other. In one study, Ruth Feldman, a psychologist at Bar Ilan University in Israel and at the Yale School of Medicine, observed the heart rates of mothers and babies as they played with each other face to face. When the interactions were synchronized in an easy back and forth, the rise and fall of mother and baby's heartbeats mirrored each other. So, in effect, the mother or father or caregiver helps to regulate the baby's heartbeat through loving, synchronous interactions with eye contact and focused attention. Feldman noted that this is possibly learned by the baby as an emotional sense of security that accompanies the child throughout life. Other studies show that oxytocin levels and even brain alpha waves follow from parent to baby in harmony too. So that makes sense when they pick up on our bad mood or tiredness and cry louder and longer. After all, that's how we feel, right? It's a now classic study now on crying. Researchers Sylvia Bell and Mary Ainsworth found that babies whose caregivers consistently responded quickly to their cries, cried less often and for shorter periods of time by the end of their first year. All the more reason to use tools to lower the stressor hormones and ensure we are engaged with baby when they can, when we can, so they can mirror this and learn to self-regulate in time. One of the best ways to learn how to respond to baby is just to observe them as we would do ourselves when tuning into our intuition. Feeling like we constantly need to do something to attend to our babies and their needs can be the opposite of what's needed. And often our learning comes from the stillness of observation. As with our personal intuition, the answers can come when we stop trying and take time to quiet our mind. Noting a baby's sleep and awake states, their body language and eye contact can be a huge learning curve, but really helps with understanding their unique temperaments, cues, and needs. So here's a little task for you. Stop what you're doing, if you can. Grab your notes, however they materialize, and write down 3 things that you enjoy doing. Press pause for a moment if you haven't already. Okay, next, write down 3 things you can do that nourish you daily. It might be the same as the things you enjoy, might be different. Next, write down 3 things you can do that nourish you weekly. Can they be different to the dailies? And what can you do to nourish yourself and your baby that will help you both? Here's a little nugget for you. Whatever you do for them, you do for you too. And then what do you notice about your baby's cues and needs, if anything? Do they do certain things to communicate to you? Is there a pattern or a cycle in that? Note this down and compare what you see with your partner and loved ones too. Noting down how your baby's temperament might change over time is also useful. So note down from birth, then at 6 weeks, then 12 weeks, then 6 months and a year. How are your emotions and needs changing at these times too? Is there a pattern? Doing this not only aids your understanding of how your baby is developing, but also how you're managing and the connections and rhythms you have with each other. Know that you are your baby's outsourced regulatory system.